Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Spotlight Gulf Coast is partnered with William Carey University and sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, the Trenchard Scholarship Fund, and the Butch Ostelet Foundation.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across our region, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Before I get to our guest today, I do want to remind everybody Renaissance Runway coming up in September 25th at the IP Casino. And you're going to hear a lot more about it, but you're also going to hear that it's sold out pretty soon here. So if you don't have tickets, certainly step forward, and goes for a great cause. We'll have a lot of exciting things, and Amanda and her team are doing a fantastic job. Really looking forward to this year. We'll have a Wicked theme, and I have no idea what Wicked is, but I'm learning quickly. So y'all certainly, as you hear about that, get involved. Today we're going to talk about the Trident Foundation, and we've got Art Medina and Philip Pogue. And gentlemen, I guess I can call y'all gentlemen?
Maybe.
Maybe. So Art, you're looking official there. Got on that Trident Foundation board member shirt. I had one of those, and I think my bulldog got it and shredded it up, but
well, I'll have to get you another one.
yeah, I love those shirts. I mean, I like the hats. We do a lot of, I guess, a lot of marketing. I think last event I went to, everybody was in baseball jerseys. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, that was something unique. I'd never seen that one before, but it stayed in my mind. But of course, Philip, we've served many, many years with the Baco Foundation, and I've been in Trident like yourself. Art, how long you been in?
3 years now.
3 years. Mm-hmm. I know I've been in a lot longer than that, but it's usually it was just I rode on the float once, and that was enough.
There you go.
I couldn't hang with the big guys, and I think you rode the next few years. And
that's right.
And at some point, you get older, and you say, I think I'll just wait for the afterward. But Trident has, I say this all the time, traveling up and down the coast has become a force in South Mississippi. And that's what we want to talk about. It's not, just a carnival organization anymore. There's a group of guys really that has a lot of people behind it and can move major mountains. And that's where I want to sort of start off. Maybe what was your history? Where did you get originally involved with it, Philip?
Well, first of all, the Trident Foundation is the nonprofit partner of the crew of Neptune. We're the 501(c). So, I've been in, Art and I both were in Neptune for some time before we became affiliated with the Trident Foundation. And now Art is the president of the Trident Foundation.
He missed the meeting.
I did. I should have showed up.
I'm on the executive board, but the Trident Foundation does so much. The crew of Neptune is so big and has so many members. It opens up a lot of doors in the nonprofit world for us to be able to do special things for the coast. Number one thing we do is disaster response.
Right.
I mean, disaster assistance. Last year we were able to send a team to North Carolina. We sent several teams to Tylertown, and we did so much to help people there, that everything that we could. And even after our teams came back, we were able to provide a bunch of space heaters to be sent back up to North Carolina to families that didn't have any heat in their homes yet.
Right.
And then there's a lot of things with the young people on the coast we do also.
I know you do Christmas time, do the toys, and that's been a tremendous success.
That is a huge success, but you say we want to bless all these families and stuff, and what we've been able to do is vet and get anywhere from 5 to 6, 7 families, and do the whole Christmas. Get a list of what the children want. This past year we got their Christmas list. We fulfilled all their items. then we provided a meal, a real Christmas meal for the families. And I said we blessed them, but the real blessing was for us.
Right.
It definitely
We
is.
got to go and see these children, and you don't realize how some desperate situations some of these children and their parents are in. We were able to use CASA of South Mississippi to kind of help us vet some of these families, and the desperation that we saw, the parents broke down when their kids were able to, and these people from CASA told us this could have been the very first Christmas some of these children ever had.
Right.
And we were able to come in there. A bunch of the people from the crew dressed up in all sorts of, we had Santa Claus, we had the Grinch, we had a lot of elves and reindeer and stuff, showed up in costume to deliver these gifts and, you know, provide them with a meal and stuff like that. And I saw parents weep because they were so touched by it. So we were the ones that were blessed. We were just able to pass along some gifts.
Now, Art, running a volunteer organization like this, it's like herding cats.
Correct.
But eventually you get into a, sort of a zone, and, first thing, get organized. And, the last couple of years when you were serving as the chair and now during yours, I can say you started seeing a lot of the changes, making sure the bylaws were intact, making sure everything was registered properly. And those things all have to be, because it comes into play down the road.
Correct. It is definitely a feat in the beginning, but once you get everything going, it runs like a well-oiled machine. And the outpouring of volunteers that we have gotten over the last year or so has been great. Like I said, we just did our charity golf event back in June.
Right.
And we had more volunteers than we knew what to do with.
Right.
But everybody showed up, they pitched in, and we knocked it out of the park. It was a great time.
I know it has to be years and years ago now when I was approached, and we ended up helping sponsor, what was it, a truck. And that truck's still there. It's used on a lot of the disaster relief.
Correct.
Used in a lot of other events, but the needs change each year, so you don't really have to have a strategy except be willing to work to help. You don't know what's going to happen in the next month. There could be a disaster happening, but you know that Neptune's going to step up, and it's good to see that because a lot of people want to. Why reinvent the wheel if we can get everybody to come under one roof and with all the manpower that Neptune has?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like Philip said, we are Neptune's nonprofit. I mean, we work hand in hand with the crew of Neptune. We are both members of the crew of Neptune, and with 560 plus members, there's no reason we don't have help. And Neptune board has stepped up, and they have pretty much given us anything we asked for. If we need help, they organize people and they send them our way. So it's been a great relationship between both of us to get stuff done.
I know that they have a representative on the board that comes to the meetings.
Correct.
And vice versa.
And we have 3 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's needed. Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break. We got some big events that are upcoming here, really, in the next month that we want to talk about, and then maybe what is some of the vision going forward. So we're talking about the Trident Foundation. Y'all don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with our friends at the Trident Foundation, Philip Pogue and Art Medina. And Art, we joke about you missed the meeting and you're now the chair, but as Philip will tell you, whoever's the chair of the organization obviously pulls the shit.
Exactly.
And so it's your job, as it was his job, to herd the cats.
That's right.
And so, but once you do that and you find those people that are going to do what they say they're going to do, you know, it really, you know, you put your aces in your places.
Correct.
Like anything else, and you can do amazing things. You do learn to delegate, you learn to trust, because if you try to do it all by yourself, you learn
it'll
very
wear
quickly.
you out real quick.
So, let's talk a little bit. You know, we're sitting in August, obviously coming up. It's hurricane season. We don't know what's going to happen there, but you've got some set events that come up during, you know, this time of year.
Correct.
You know, Fish Fry just happened, and now we're going to move into, you know, the fall. Early
Correct.
fall.
So the first event we have coming up on October 25th is the Hologross. It's the Crew of Neptune Halloween party. It is hosted by the Trident Foundation. They'll have a drawdown, costume contest. There'll be a live DJ, and all proceeds from that will go to benefit disaster relief efforts and/or Christmas efforts for the Trident Foundation. Tickets, single tickets $30, or you can buy a set for a couple for $50. So if you buy two, you get a little bit of a discount, and all those are available online.
So most of the monies, or 100% of the money you raise, is going to go back to helping in the
Correct.
community. You know, it's not like you got a building and you got a
Right.
you know,
Correct.
you don't have this overhead that you-
Everything we raise goes
Yeah.
directly back into the community.
Well, that in itself is a win right
Correct.
there. I mean, so many organizations, you know, have to pay all these other things, salaries. Well, last time I checked, I don't think y'all get paid.
No,
No.
no.
It's
We're
you
a
know,
donation in itself.
That's right, and hey, that's a win-win for the community. Now, so you got in October, then you were talking about a barbecue.
Correct.
Always interested about that. That's big down here.
Correct. So it's our second annual Smoking the Coast barbecue competition. It is hosted at the Great Lawn in front of Harris. We'll have pro teams from all over the country that show up to compete in this barbecue competition. This year, it happens to be on Halloween. The first night's Halloween night, and they'll be doing a trunk or treat for the kids. Kids under 8 are free. Adults, of course, are $10 a piece to get in. There'll be vendors, there'll be arts and crafts vendors, food vendors. I think there's going to be like a bounce house slide of some sort, and a lot of stuff to keep the kids involved. The following day will be the main part of the competition, and there'll be a live band. The Thunderbirds will be flying overhead that weekend. So it's going to be pretty neat. We're going to have the grandstand bleachers out there, and people will be able to purchase spots on those grandstand bleachers to watch the Thunderbirds. So it'll be a pretty good event.
It kicks off Peter Anderson.
Correct, right
It's
before.
all right there.
Right
You'd be
before.
hard pressed to find a better place to watch just the Thunderbirds.
Right. It's and they're stationed what, out of Pensacola,
No, that's
or is that the
That's the Blue Angels.
the Blue Angels?
this is the
That's
Air
it.
Force's.
This is the Air Force's Thunderbirds. So they'll be there that day, and they'll be flying, and it'll just be a good event. And of course, this whole event sanctioned by the Memphis Barbecue Network. So they'll be down here bringing their judges in and judging everything. It's a pretty good event.
So you got a board of directors that oversees and, you know, keeps this going, but with 500 and something members, obviously you can have some members that want to contribute and get more involved.
Correct.
How do y'all, I guess, share that information? Do the different lines turn
what,
in people?
What
or-
we started doing is right before, when we were starting to plan for the golf tournament at the beginning of the year, we knew we were going to have a problem trying to coordinate volunteers and everything. So what we did is we created 2 liaison positions per line. So those 2 people that have accepted that position, we communicate with them. They come to our meetings for events and stuff like that. We relay that information back to them, and then they go throughout their line and gather volunteers. They get the volunteers for us, they bring them to us, and then we just delegate the jobs they need to do.
Now, do those different lines, I know we've had that in the past, you know, they may be doing a raffle over here or something over here. Can those monies be directed to the Trident Foundation, or is that what they're raising monies for?
They can. Most of the lines that are doing raffles, or they're pretty much trying to raise money within their line for their line for different events that they have throughout the year.
Because you've had bands, you got to pay. I mean,
Correct, we do. We help the Crew of Neptune get all the marching bands down here for the Mardi Gras parade and so on and so on. So that's why we focus the whole year. You know, Mardi Gras ends for most people on Fat Tuesday. but it doesn't for us. This is a year-long commitment every
Right.
year. You know, so we're constantly doing one event after another, raising these funds for disaster relief, for children with medical conditions, and so on and so on. So, I mean, it's a full-time job on top of our full-time job.
We started over the week after Fat Tuesday, started back over again, focusing on raising money for this year.
I think what's really neat to see is, you know, you think of, you know, the size of Neptune, and then of course you got Gulf Coast, another huge organization and stuff. And there's not really a competition because there's a lot of people that are in both. I know I am.
That's right.
And you see the same people at both of them, and they're giving back into the community in their own ways. It's just two different sets of people.
That's it.
You know, but you're still going to have a lot of people that get together, they get to know each other and build relationships, and nothing wrong with that at all. And I think that's important. If you can get all the carnival organizations to start thinking, you know, like you know, the Trident Foundation, that y'all probably stand out more so than any other one as far as getting out into the different communities and going out of state. And I mean, it's sort of really amazing. We've just got about a minute, and then we're going to take another short commercial break. But if somebody wanted more information, how do they join? Do they have to be put up? I'm trying to remember.
For the Trident Foundation?
Or for Neptune even, because you'd have to be in Neptune.
You have to be in Neptune in order to be involved with the Trident Foundation. Well, let me rephrase that. In order to have a board position on the Trident Foundation, you have to be a member of the Crew of Neptune. If you want to join the Crew of Neptune, you can go online to their Facebook page, and there are links that they can click on that will take them to a registration application. Not most of the time you have to have a sponsor. So whatever line that you want to join, you need to know somebody within that line so that they can sponsor you.
So that's what the crawfish party is.
Correct. It's a membership drive.
Right. Okay. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're talking about the Trident Foundation. So y'all don't touch that remote. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about the Trident Foundation and all the things that they do in our local community, not only locally, but all across this region. It really is an amazing organization. Please look more into it because telling you firsthand, you know, these are not just talking points. These are things that actually are happening, and it continues to grow. Now, gentlemen, we were talking about some of the upcoming events and some of the ways that monies are generated. Philip, you brought up a good point. You know, the golf cart. The golf cart has been out there. Y'all been, selling tickets for quite a while now?
We have, and we partner with the Biloxi Shuckers. The golf carts, you see them shuttling people back from, you know, handicapped people especially, back and forth from parking into the field. We bought that cart, and we're going to raffle it off at the end of the Shucker season in September after their last game. You can buy tickets at the games or on the Trident Foundation website. So all that money, all the proceeds from that will come back to the Trident Foundation.
Now, do y'all set up a budget at the beginning of the year? This is how much money we have that we can safely put on these organizations, but you also are looking for other ways.
Correct. We're always looking for other ways to accumulate that revenue because, like you said, you never know what happens. A natural disaster can happen a week from now, and we got to be ready to mobilize.
Now, one of the things you were talking about, you know, coming up around Thanksgiving?
Correct.
And let's talk about that a
little
bit.
So November 22nd, that's a Saturday, we had been in discussion about, you know, we're always helping, but we're never here actually in our community. We're always chasing a disaster here, chasing a disaster there. So we figured one way to give back to our community here in Biloxi is to do a Thanksgiving Feed the Homeless drive. And we're going to set up downtown Biloxi, somewhere around the Howard Avenue area, and we're just going to prepare plates, hand them out to the homeless, but it's not just us handing them out. We're going to get the youth involved and get them to prepare these plates and hand them out, and we're just going to be there to guide them. We want to teach the younger generation community involvement and outreach, because eventually we're going to get too old and we're not going to be here to do it. So we want to go ahead and teach them now. I've got over 100 Boy Scouts that are going to come to help hand out meals. We got different Mardi Gras crews that are getting involved that want to be a part of it. So it's going to be a good thing, and it's kind of going to put the spotlight on the Mardi Gras scene in a whole, to where, hey, they're not just Mardi Gras party crews, you know what I mean? They're in their community year round helping out, and that's what we want. We don't want to just be the party people. We want to be the community activists and involvement and so on and so on.
I know that you talked about the homeless in that area, and of course it's heavily
Correct.
Inundated with a lot of people with a lot of needs. But I think I know somebody that's doing a homeless initiative, and he might have to be involved in this a little bit, the big O, because that's his initiative for the year. And you always need to have that, $1,000 donations from here or 500 there. It all adds up, because you're coming up with the idea, the manpower, getting a lot of it donated, but you're still going to have a lot of cost.
Yeah, the end goal was to get as much of it donated as we can. We're working on turkey donations right now. Yule, with Yule's Place, has agreed to do all the cooking as far as going smoking the turkeys.
Right.
He's going to smoke all the turkeys, and then it's just getting the sides together. Of course, we have enough people that know how to cook in our crew, so that wouldn't be a problem. And then just preparing the meals. That's where the young kids get involved, and they can prepare these plates, and they can approach these different people that are needing the food. So, I mean, it's going to teach them a good lesson, and maybe they'll carry it into their adulthood and continue on the community involvement.
Now, before we run out of time, right after that, you'll be getting into the Toys Drive, and that'll be coming up. And I know when it first came out, you're putting out a couple boxes here or there. Before you know it, there were stuff everywhere.
Well, we learned from that.
We learned a big lesson from that.
We're a 3-year board here that we've taken over the Trident Foundation and tried to make good changes. So that's the way it started. We realized that, the children you get and you adopt, more or less, to do this for, they have different wants and needs and stuff like that than what you're going to get out of these boxes. So we found a better way. We started this past year. We got some donors to put out money for us, and there was a really large, donor that didn't want to be listed, but he put out a lot of money, and we're very thankful for that. But we were able to get the children's list and go buy what they wanted.
Right.
And then instead of giving out real food, we bought them nice gift certificates to go to like Rouse's and get whatever they wanted for that meal.
Yeah, promote philanthropy any way you can, and because find a cause that you're passionate about. There's so many good causes down here, and it really is amazing the things that the coast has been able to put together. Being from New Orleans, I don't think you can walk up and down the street asking for money. They probably
That's right.
like, what's wrong with this cat? But it really is an incredible community, and it seems like with all the fundraisers that we have in the community, all this can do is bring it closer together, because again, you don't know who's doing the exact same thing, but we just don't know it over here.
That's right.
And you're going to come together and move some mountains. Now, if they want more information, does Neptune have a website, did you say, or is it?
They do. The Trident Foundation has a website too. It's thetridentfoundation.org. They can go to that, and they can have access to all our different.
Facebook, social
correct.
media.
We have Facebook. They can have access to all our emails, contact information. If somebody wants to reach out, they can, or they can email info@thetridentfoundation.org.
Okay. And I guess we could end this segment with thanking Marcus for showing up on time.
It was great having him.
I think he was supposed to be on here one other time, and he sort of skipped. I mean,
it's the thought that counts.
That's right. He was sitting there, and he's probably telling somebody right now, I could be over there, but I'm here with you now. we'll have to get to him about that. And guys, I appreciate what y'all do in the community, coming on here. This is a great thing. Y'all need to use it more and more. You know, we're on every week, and it's a great way to get out, you know, to a very large audience, you know, the good things that are going on. So thanks.
Thank you for
We appreciate you for having us.
We appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. And until next time, this is Todd Trenchard.